Hi guys, my name is Nonima Tikela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I don't know if it's just me or you guys have also noticed this. These departments, correctional services and SEPs, they don't care about Judge Ratamufatle. Nobody cares. They don't give a damn about him. I don't know why. I don't know why no one cares about him. First, it was correctional services. They disrespected him when it comes to the order that he did regarding Kgosi Mampuru removing Fiso Kuhle to, where is that court? I forgot. Sorry, the prison. Luwiko prison. Yes. Judge Rata at some point did, that was last year. Oh, Sana, they defied. Oh, they did not care. They did not do it to this day. Fiso Kuhle is still at Kgosi Mampuru. He never went. And nothing happened to anyone. We moved on from it. No one said anything about that. Imagine that. No one takes Judge Ratamufatle serious in that courtroom. Absolutely no one. The state, in fact, maybe let's start with the state before we continue with the correctional services. The state does not take Judge Ratamufatle. Judge Ratamufatle can make a final ruling or on something there. They will argue about something, will make a ruling. Ubaloyi comes back and still argue on it after a ruling. When the defense is asking, and then what's up with that? Judge Rata does not stop Ubaloyi. He allows him to do as he please. And now it looks like Baloyi is the one that employed Judge Rata, and Judge Rata must dance for Baloyi's guitar. I don't know if you guys have noticed that in that courtroom. Something fishy is going on there. Then you will see how Judge Rata will say, I need the correctional services to come here and explain. Baloyi will be the one that is explaining instead of correctional service. And you are like, are you correctional services or are you NPA? What's going on? And then you are like, Auntie, who employed who here? You end up being lost. When it comes to Baloyi disregards any rulings, any order that Judge Rata does. There was an order that all vehicles, AVLs, that, they must come to court. Did they come? No, they never brought them. Then there was another order. Bring those registers, those SEP SEP 13, SEP 15, SEP. There is a one that they never brought to this day. It was never brought. I promise you. That is how they treat Judge Ratamufatle in that courtroom. And then there's correctional services who will have drama there, and they accuse Toy and like, Auntie, I'm not going to court and don't. And then they will be, call Spanban there to come and explain to me. Spanban won't come. Spanban won't come. And then when they see, it's here and there where they will come, but most of the time they don't care. Baloyi will explain it himself. Now we see the same pattern is happening with the police. How do you defer a judge that sent an order come at once here? Because that witness was supposed to be in court today. The witness is nowhere to be found. The commander is still doing up and down with the defense lawyers instead of releasing someone to come and give a testimony. Guys, have you noticed how Judge Rata is disrespected by these people? And then he comes and screams in that courtroom for the defense. Screaming to the defense, but there are people who disregard him as a judge. Isn't that weird? They don't see him. They don't care about Judge Ratamufatle, these people. They do not respect him. Period. I don't care who says what. They don't respect Judge Rata, these people. They don't. And then he wants to come here and act as if he is the greatest thing since sliced bread. But we have officials that don't care that he exists in that courtroom. No, he is being ignored, guys. Now, it's not just me creating a story guy. No, there are a few things that create the perception that Judge Ratamufatle is being ignored. No one cares. The long-running dispute over the transfer of accused person between correctional facilities is one of those issues. Court orders or directives regarding documents, registers, or exhibits that seem to take a long time to materialize. They don't happen. A witness availability problems where police commanders, departments, or employers appear slow to cooperate. Repeated explanations being given by prosecutors rather than the officials whom the judge expected to appear. Now, from a legal perspective, however, it is important to distinguish between three possibilities. One, direct defiance of a court order, which I believe that's the case. This is the most serious scenario. It would mean an institution knowingly refuses to comply with a lawful court order that could potentially lead to a contempt proceedings or further court intervention. Two, administrative resistance. Sometimes departments do not openly refuse. Instead, they delay, request additional paperwork, claim logistical difficulties, or rely on internal procedures. To the public, it can look like defiance, even though the department argue it is dealing with administrative obstacles. Three, orders that require further enforcement. A judge can issue an order, but enforcement often depends on whether other state structures. Courts generally do not have their own enforcement arm. They rely on departments, police officials, correctional authorities, and other government bodies to carry out the directive. Now, what makes it for me to be an observation that is quite interesting is that in the Senzo Meyiwa trial, there have been several moments where the court expressed frustration with delays involving witnesses, documents, prison arrangements, or administrative issues. When those issues repeat, viewers actually start asking whether the court's authority is being taken seriously. On the issue of the witness discussed today in court, the key question is not necessarily whether the police were defying the judge. The question is whether there was a lawful subpoena, a lawful instruction, and whether the witness commander had any legal basis to delay or refuse the witness attendance. That is exactly the type of issue the court was trying to resolve. However, now that I think about it, all of that has been done. Now, I don't understand why is this commander refusing with this witness. So if a judge says a witness is required, why is everyone still negotiating that? Why is everyone still negotiating that? Maybe abanye abantu may say there are procedures, leave arrangements, operational requirements, and legal processes that must be followed. The perception problem for the court is that when delays happen repeatedly, the public begins to see a pattern. Whether that pattern is actually defiance or simply because of administration is a matter of interpretation, but it certainly affects confidence in how smoothly the proceedings are being managed. Now, the bigger question for observers is this: if prosecutors, correctional services, police commanders, and other officials repeatedly take weeks or months to comply with issues raised in court, does that weaken the authority of the court in the eyes of the public? That is the debate many viewers are now having as the trial continues. Because what is this, son? What is this, son? And mind you, these people who Uramsipile mentions in Dobanangaba, commander still says they need legal advice from their police legal department regarding this guy coming. Kanti, what is it about this case now? I'm so confused. Oh, I'm so confused. Anyway, what are your thoughts when it comes to that? Let's talk in the comment section. I want to hear your views. Did you think Ujadrota is being disrespected? Or are you thinking because of his behavior, nobody cares because he's always here talking a lot? And people now, they don't care about him. They don't take him serious. What are your thoughts? I'll see you on our next video. Thank you so much. Please do enjoy your day. Drop your comments in the comment section. And I will see you. Bye-bye.